Hello and welcome to this workshop, How to Book 2 More Sales Calls by Friday. Listen, I want to thank you for being here. I know you could be spending your time in so many other ways, but you've chosen to spend time in this workshop and learn how to bring on more people and book them on your calendar so that you can convert them into becoming a high-ticket client for you. I want to say thank you. I'm so grateful that you're here. We're going to jump right in, cut to the chase. We'll start out with a couple of really practical things that you can implement very quickly into your business, and then we'll move into some more complex ways to get people on your calendar by Friday. And if you're new to me, I'm Sherry Otto. I help service-based entrepreneurs like yourself to use their message so that we can create and sell your four-figure offers. Let's get started. Before we get started, I want to let you know about your free gift. If you watch the entirety of this workshop and get to the end, I have a free gift for you, a resource to help you implement these strategies that we'll be covering so that you can really see results. So how many of us know that it's one thing to be listening to advice, consuming all this information, but then there's another thing to actually implement into your business so that you can see real results. So I'll have some implementation resources for you for those who watch all the way through to the end. I'll see you at the end of this training. Let's start right here. Okay, this first strategy is something that you can implement in 5 minutes or less. It is what I call free to paid. You're actually going to email your current list and let them know that you have a couple of free coaching spots available this week. So you might be saying, hey guys, I'm feeling really good and it's the beginning of the week, or it's a holiday, or it's my birthday, or it's springtime, whatever the case may be. And I'm opening up my calendar for 5 spots, 5 free coaching calls. If you want it, grab it. Here's my calendar link and I'll see you on the call. Super quick, super simple. You can put that out there. Now, you're like, well, Sherry, that's a coaching call. How does that become a paid sales call? Well, I'm going to show you what to do to transition that. It's not bait and switch. You are actually going to be coaching them in a short period of time. So when you get them on your calendar, you say, okay, Sally, okay, John, okay, Susie, I'm going to let you lead the way. Like, we've got about 20 minutes today, and I hope to provide a lot of value for you, but I'll let you ask the questions or tell me what you want to focus on. And they tell you, and you really coach them through that. You really give them good value. You want to show that you can help them. And then at the end, you let them tell you what they gained from the call. So you can say, what stuck out for you, or what did you learn? And you listen out. And this next part is key. You're going to say, great, what do you think would happen if you were to keep having calls like this and you were to keep making these steps moving forward? And you listen out. Well, they might say, I can see myself doing this, or I could really accelerate my progress. And then you say, okay, great. Is this something you want to talk about? Is this something you want to talk about? Now you got to get the buy-in in order to share more about ways to work with you. So you can say again, great, is this something that you want to explore further or talk about? And then if the answer is yes, because sometimes it might be no, right? But if the answer is yes, then you can say, okay, we can continue for another 20 minutes now, or we can reschedule later. And now it's time for them to sell themselves to you. And you really prompt them, give them ideas on how they can really benefit. So that is the first really quick way to get people on your sales calendar by this Friday.
I'll send them a hardcover as a gift, and hope that you take it into her side.
I want to step back and help you to really come into this selling mindset, the mindset that's going to allow you to sell over and over and over again. Now, a lot of times we might feel afraid of selling, or there might be some resistance there because we don't want to feel icky, we don't want to feel pushy, and we don't want to come across really salesy and forceful. That's not what this is about. This is about holding space for the right people to come into your offers so that they can get to the desires that they so desperately want. So whatever outcomes that you provide for your audience, you're creating offers and simply serving them by sharing the opportunity with them. So we want to shift some of the negative connotations around selling, that used car salesman mentality, into a place of first creating an irresistible offer and then feeling so great about this offer that you can't help but happily share that offer with the people who really need it the most. Selling is a form of service, and if you really want to sell effectively, of course you have these frameworks inside of a sales call. Of course you bring people to your sales call consistently in a way that is a process for your business. But if you want to close a deal and feel good about that, then your offers are really going to be an important thing for you. Look inside how your offer is positioned in the marketplace. What outcomes do your offers really provide? How is your offers consumed? Is it through a course, self-study material? Is it through live coaching? Is it through documents and worksheets? How does your course or your program or your offer or your package get delivered, and how can you enhance that? How can you share quick wins through your offer? How can you give them instant gratification through your offer while still setting them on the path that's really going to get them that success that they need long term? So selling definitely is a component of creating the best offer possible. And you want to learn more about offer creation, pricing, and packaging. I'll have an opportunity for you to jump on my calendar a little bit later. But for now, think about selling as a form of service and make sure those offers are something that you can fully get behind. So when you share your offer, you believe in it, you believe in how it can help people, and that shines through on your sales call. If they will have their book written 100%, then make sure that's included. And then make sure you have sort of a generalized time frame that this book will be created. Definitely value stack before you share the investment level. The investment level, that's great. And then, just make sure that they feel like they're getting a lot out of that. Now they have a book, so there's an exchange. Here's your book. You're going to get a book in this amount of time. You're going to get me to support you through it. And in exchange, here's the investment levels. I thought I'd take this opportunity to share a little bit more about me. One day back in 2010, I made like a really rash decision to enroll in a 12-month graduate program where I got my master's in internet marketing in a year. Yes, I was valedictorian, of course. I figured I really needed this degree for some reason so I can be a part of like the big ad agencies and really have this glowing career as this online marketing professional. Well, that dream did not pan out so well, and only after 2 years, I dropped out of the corporate scene. I contracted from home for a little while and became a marketing consultant and business advisor for service-based entrepreneurs, looking to help with their messaging and help with their creating an online business. So that's when I became a consultant and a business coach. So I figured that would be like the perfect solution to what was wrong and what the problem was in the corporate scene. But that didn't even work out either. Like I got a really rocky start as a coach. I remember hustling in my business, trying to find the people who would listen to my message. My standards were really low, getting on sales calls with people that were not qualified. I was getting on these sales calls and they were nowhere near ready to listen to an offer. They were shopping around. After I've spent an hour with them, they've said, okay, thank you. And I really left feeling kind of empty and kind of like I wasted my time. And I have to tell you, when you don't have these filters in place and a proven structure for how you are going to make offers to the right people, it does really wear down on you and your confidence, and you begin to second guess yourself. And that's not good for business growth. That's not good for your momentum, and it really stalls your progress. So I knew something had to change, otherwise I could no longer do my business. And I wanted to be the type of person that had it all, the family, the business, the success, and the friends, and all of it. I didn't want to have to settle, but I definitely didn't want my kids to suffer and my relationship with my husband to suffer. So I had to figure out this very quickly. And I knew investing in myself was the thing that I needed to get me over this hump, So I did that. I invested in the masterminds and in the boot camps of the people that I trusted, the people who actually helped me before, and I reinvested in those people, in those programs, in those boot camps, and I got a lot of really great results. I began to read the books about systems and teams and structure. That's what was lacking for me. And I expanded my team, people who understood about processes, and was able to set up things so that my time was efficient, it was structured, it was blocked out so that I can really invest in other areas of my life, such as hanging out with my kids, and really doing things that I love for myself. I mean, it wasn't that hard. And a lot of times I like to tell folks that, sometimes it just takes a few tweaks to really accelerate your progress and really get to the results that you're looking for. Just a few simple tweaks. So I implemented protocols, structures, and systems right into my business. The things that I've learned, the things that I've read about, the things that I've was able to understand needed to happen so that I could have a thriving business, play dates with my kids, date nights with hubby. And how did I do it? Like I said, investing, really understanding what I needed to map out, understanding sales processes that actually worked. So I implemented, I tweaked the process, I got results, and then I rinsed and repeated. And I began to do this for myself, saw amazing results. And I said, you know what? There's so many out there who really needs this information. So I began sharing what worked with others, helping them to sell their 4 and 5 figure packages. And we've done this. And so I'd love to share a little bit about how it's helping other people with this process, selling 4 and 5 figure packages. I'll share some clips with you about how Crystal's implementing this, how Brittany's implementing this, how Svetlana, who's never really had a paid offer, how she's implementing these structures that I've learned right into their business and how it's impacting their life. Let's listen in on what they had to say.
I started hitting the wall after I had talked to a million people and had a presence in social media. I just realized that I need help, basically, and I connected with Sherry.
At first, I was like, let me just do this myself, and I couldn't. Then I was like, let me call Sherry.
And I can remember talking with Sherry, and I had so many ideas, and she was just like, just focus on one program at a time. And when we discussed that, and she's been able to like really help me narrow down things and just put it all together, I just started getting results. It was like, unbelievable.
Sherry was very quick at just nailing my problem. Like the moment I started talking to her, that's when she just immediately understood what I needed and what I wanted from her. Like it was just quick. She's very quick with nailing and seeing what you need to do.
Did a prep call, and I swear to you, on that prep call, she went through the steps, told me what to say, and what we went through a worksheet that I would have never thought to hand out. She was like, hand this out. Let's look at it together. She gave me everything that I needed. I took that. The night before my call, I just kind of went through everything, prepped myself.
Eventually enrolled in Sherry's new sales resolution program, and then boom, results were just there.
And bam, boom, bam. Just like clockwork, I followed the steps, and I have a new wonderful client, ideal client that I'm excited to work with. She is the first client to pay for my 4-figure 3-month coaching, one-on-one coaching program. So I am like still on cloud 9. Sorry, this is where I get silly.
In her program, I've been able to sell my 4-figure offer. So I pretty much went from working a lousy 9-to-5 job, being overworked, overwhelmed, and just feeling sick all the time, to branching out, taking risks. I learned all the marketing strategies. I've been able to create my packages, and she's been so supportive.
And on week 2, I was contacted by this guy who was interested in my program. I really, contacted Sherry immediately and wanted her help because I really didn't know, I didn't want to blow it. And so she was immediately there. texting me and voice messaging me, telling me what I need to do to successfully, conduct this negotiation as I'm negotiating. So she prevented a bunch of mistakes. I was going to do everything opposite and mess it up as usual. But she showed me step one, step two in a conversation.
The steps really help the client come to her own realization. I had a 48-hour fast action bonus, and at the end of the call, she's like, I will let you know within 24 hours. And I was like, oh my God.
And she held my hand through the whole thing. I realized how it works immediately, hands-on. And the outcome of my conversation with this new guy was that he actually agreed with me, to work with me. And we are starting, this coming Friday. So it just happened because I conducted the conversation properly and did not blow it for the first time. So now I kind of know what not to do and what to do.
Okay, guys, you are behind the scenes on how we're going to use this next tactic, which is the power of messaging, to book more sales calls and to get 2 more by Friday. So let's use your message. I want each and every one of you to have a very compelling message that you save somewhere and that you can pull out and use when the opportunity presents itself. This is a behind the scenes case study of how I've done this in the past, showing you how it's drawing people to me, literally coming into my inbox asking me about my coaching services. So I start out with something that I call the unique positioning statement. If you followed me before, you know I have this in my business where I give people their message. When someone asks you, what do? You have this statement every single time, and it really helps you to have that authority so people pay attention to you. They want to learn more about you. They want to follow you. So right off the bat, I just say, hey, I'm new here. Thanks for the ad. As you can see, I help these people to do this certain thing, and this is how I do it, right? Really quick. It's really impactful. There's numbers in there. It's I'm addressing my target audience. I'm telling them the challenges that I help them overcome, as well as the solutions that I provide. Really impactful, okay? Then I move into something where it's very important. You have to have credibility. You have to infuse why people should trust you from the bat. So you're kind of bragging without bragging. I do this in this way. So my success is based on the success of others. See, it's not about me, it's about them. That's kind of what I'm saying, right? That I've had the privilege to work with. In fact, these people are really doing amazing things. One of my members attracted 5 new clients in 1 week. Oh my gosh, smiley face, right? Another one is doing this. And so I'm not saying, look at me, I'm just saying, like, these people are just doing really wonderful things, and I feel that my success is coming through them. There's a million ways that you can do that, but it's really important that your messaging infuses credibility on the results that you've gotten for people. And you're sort of bragging without bragging. Some people say you're sort of spamming without, like, secretly spamming. You're secretly sharing how cool you are, how great you are, without coming across as being boastful. So I give them some tips, and I have the bullets at the bottom. In my experience, is come down to 3 things: number 1, number 2, number 3. So there's the value. So the first formula to this is my unique positioning statement. Then I bring in my credibility and the results that I've gotten, and then I give some value tips. And that's the message. And what did this message do? Step 2, someone just popped into my inbox. I think this might have happened a couple of hours later. I posted, a couple of hours later, this person pops into my inbox, and you can see here, I saw one of your posts. Do you coach people? And so what I'm doing is I am vetting them inside of Messenger, and I teach that you should vet people before you get them to that sales call. I don't think that you should be getting everyone to your sales call. That's going to discourage you, bring down your momentum, and it's not very it's not an efficient way to do business. So you should vet them inside of Messenger. So I have a conversation with this person inside of Messenger. She has let me use this case study. She and I are working together currently, actually, and we've built this relationship from way back when. This is how our relationship got built, and months later, Susanna and I are still working together. So you can say, you can see that she's actually in this space right here where she's not in the headspace of a big investment. So that's fine. What I did was, and what I teach is make sure that you figure that out before the call. So you can ask questions like, how big of a priority is this for you currently? You can ask questions like, how soon do you want to change and get those results? Because I want you to get the sense of urgency, the sense of motivation for them to change. If they're not motivated, then I caution you not to get them on the call. If they are motivated, bring them to a call. What I've done here was she came over to my Facebook group, right? So if you're not necessarily ready to move forward with an investment, then you can come to my Facebook group, and you can see she has answered the 3 questions in my Facebook group, and she's on my Facebook group, and she's actually she decided herself, oh, she's on my email list. She came into my Facebook group, and now she's on my email list. Now, what did I do here? She's in 2 lead pools. She came in through my message. I had a very strong message that I didn't have to type out. I literally copied and pasted from a spreadsheet that I had. She came into my messenger. We had a conversation. She's curious. I said, great. Well, it's great that you're curious about me. Something about me drew you to me. Come into my group and get on my email list so that I can nurture that relationship further. Whenever you are ready for an investment, I'll be here for you, right? She ended up booking the call anyway. She says she wanted to come to a call. After she came into my Facebook group or my email list and she saw more content, she was ready for a call. You can see step 4 that she scheduled her call with me. We got on a Zoom call and we had some time together, right? Make sure your unique positioning statement calls out the type of people you want to work with. Make sure you give credibility about some of the results that you've gotten and ensure that you give value. Here are a couple tips that you guys can take right away. Before we even speak, before we even get on a call, I love to share value because value always goes before the ask. Value first, then you ask for the sale. So this is one really cool way. I'm going to show you one more way how I'm using my message again to get people on my booking calendar so we can have a sales conversation. Okay, another example, and actually this is a really good experiment because I'm taking this same exact template of my message and I'm just using it at a different time in a different group, and you can see how it works, and it's a repeatable process. If you don't have processes in your business, especially when it comes to client attraction, prospect attraction, and calendarizing and getting people on that calendar, I definitely encourage you to have processes set up. You can see this particular process, same exact template. This is what's going on, and I'm actually in Canva right now. I want to show you something really interesting with this one. This was, like I said, the same unique positioning statement, the same credibility piece. You want to infuse credibility while you are relevant and trustworthy because what you do works, and then you give value. But let's go ahead and actually show you something more specific here. So I'm bringing in this big old arrow. Look what happens to this particular one. This person, Dominique, this is what I want you to see. This took 1 minute to occur. She says, I send this out in 1 minute. She says, can I get a consultation with you? That's it. You see how powerful having your message can be in order to book sales calls. This was done after the 1 minute response, another few minutes in Messenger, she got on my calendar. Another way for you to book people on your calendar. 2 more bookings by Friday. Content to call, right? Content to call. Use the power of your messaging to stand out. Really sit down, and if you need help with this, I'll have some opportunities for you to learn more about how to really hone in on your message so that's a lead magnet for you, like a really good magnet to attract the right people on your calendar and into your offers with the power of messaging. intentional are you being when it comes to your prospecting efforts? So there's ways to put yourself out there passively, and there's ways to really go and get your people. I want to talk to you about one other passive way to get people on your calendar, the right people, so that you can connect with them, see if it's a good fit to work together, share an offer, and close a deal. But there's a passive way for you to do this, and I call this the U framework. So the U framework basically shares exactly who your client is. You are fleshing out the entire client profile of the person who best is suited for your service. You understand their pain points, their challenges, their roadblocks, every single part of them. You even go as deep as to talk about the scenarios that they're facing, the actual scenarios, the actual situations, and the feelings behind those situations. You're really speaking to your person. I like to have you look at this as a singular individual that is going through something very, very specific. So what you do is you take some questions to them, you really understand their story, you understand their journey, you really get their implications, and you flesh out an entire profile of your ideal client. And then what you can do is you take that to social media, you literally lay it out like, I know you, I get you, I feel you. And you share the scenarios, you share their story, you share their deepest hopes and desires, and yes, you touch upon all of the things that's holding them back. And at the end of that message, you share the link to your calendar and you get them on a call. I'm going to show you how Crystal is doing this right now.
Better. You've been exploring new options, but on and off depending on your mood, what happens to you at work or home. You may have sent your resume out a few times, but it's outdated, and cousin Jackie took a look at it, doesn't want to tell you the truth. You may have even been on a few interviews, but you're still in the same position since you began looking so long ago, and you can't figure it out.
This won't take a lot of time because you want to have things like this already fleshed out in your business. So literally you're just sort of copying it from a place that you have it saved, maybe little tweaks depending on how you want to angle it, and then you would post that on there. So you're having things set up for you while we then go and do the active work of getting people on a sales call so that you can book 2 more calls by Friday. So thrilled that you are still hanging out with me. How are you doing? Are you getting some aha moments? Are you realizing some things that maybe you haven't thought of before? I would love to hear about them in the comments below. Just type in kind of what resonates with you, and I'd love to circle back with you in the comments below. Let's recap, shall we? So we talked about one quick tactic that you can use by sending an email to your list and getting people on your calendar really quickly. Maybe you can do this in 5 minutes, right? And then we went into some detail about the power of your message for client attraction and how it's a powerful tool to really draw people to you, not just people, but the right people. We also talked about the importance of an irresistible offer. The reason why your offers are really important when it comes to getting people on your calendar for that sales conversation is because when you fully believe in your offer, when you know without a shadow of a doubt that someone really needs it, it becomes easier to articulate the value of that offer, and then you are actually going to want to do that more often. It's going to become sort of a natural part of your conversation. So that's why I love having my members really focus in on what's inside that offer. Who does it serve? What does it do? And elevate the value of that, the experience of that, the customer experience of your offer, and then be able to articulate that to new people. So we really spend a lot of time on that offer, and once that's set, now it just becomes, like I said, something that you want to talk about happily to all the people who it can help. So really spending time on that offer is another really great way to talk to people about why they should get on that calendar with you and have a sales conversation with you. But you might be wondering, how do you really know the story of your target audience so that you can articulate that back to them? You might be trying to figure out how to enhance your offer, how to even create an irresistible offer, and how to position that in the marketplace that makes your offer unlike anyone out there. So if you're wondering about your message, or if you're trying to figure out how do I even create a better offer, how do I even price my offer according to what I'm creating, or how do I confidently go out there to my warm contacts, share why they should talk to me on a call, and really feel bold and confident about that. If any of that sounds like you, if you have these questions, I'd love to invite you to a conversation and share with you ways to really do this as it pertains to your particular business. If you feel really great about it, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to those people who are action takers, who are really thrilled about what we're sharing here today, about the offers and the messaging and the sales strategies to help you scale your business. If that sounds like you and it resonates with you, I would invite you to a conversation with me, and I will leave that in the link below.
It's encourage and breaking it into doable things, and it's very easy to understand. If I understood it in my busy world, that is great. You are the best, because everybody else is kind of giving you one part of the whole thing, and then you pay $1,000 for that, and then you get nothing.
Yeah.
Only one little thing. You have the whole thing, the whole degree broken down into parts, and you can obtain a marketing degree literally through this. It's a quality kind of teaching.
Well, thank you, Svetlana. So I hope this workshop really gives you some practical things that you can begin to implement. Share that irresistible offer that you've created, and have a message that really strengthens your brand and your business. Let's do this. Let's give you your messaging that you're going to use when people ask you what you do and what's inside your offers. Let's give you your offers. Let's package that thing. Let's really enhance it. Let's make sure your people are getting great results with this particular offer that we're going to create together. And let's give you the confidence, just like we did with Svetlana, who wasn't sure really how to communicate at all with prospects. And now she said, I was able to see where she was stuck, and now she is conducting that negotiation that she called, and she said she got the sale, she got the client, and it really gave her confidence to go out and do it again. Now this is a repeatable process that she's going to be doing. All the others coming through the program, if you're interested in talking about how we can get this done for you, again, go ahead and click the link below to my calendar, and I cannot wait to support you grow your business so that you can have more time freedom, lifestyle freedom, really prove to yourself and others that you can do this. You deserve this business. I'll talk to you very soon. Bye for now.